no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what's going on? Raiders mailbag time. If you haven't already, hit that big red button underneath the video that says subscribe, because we go live every single Tuesday, which is when this is recorded. And if you want your questions filmed or featured, you got to join our live shows, my man. All right, this first one's coming in from Chuckles, and it's a super chat. Much love, my man. Mitch, who's your surprise cut on defense this year? Surprise cut on defense? Oh, the entire offseason it was Mo Hurst, and that one ended up working out for me, even though I'm not really proud of it. I'm actually probably going to go ahead and say Amik Robertson. Robertson was a player that I love coming out of Louisiana Tech, and I actually find it hard to believe that he is struggling as much as he has been. But the fact that Nate Hobbs has already beat him out, Nevin Lawson's beat him out, he's third on the depth chart right now, I'm going to go ahead and say Amik Robertson. What up, Christopher Leonard? Appreciate the Superman. Mitch, any chance we go out and re-sign Jeff Heath? I will say that I was surprised that the Raiders moved on from Heath because he was a great leader in that locker room. It also had to do with the fact that he was making over $3 million. But if you were to tell me right now, would I rather have Jeff Heath or Dallin Leavitt on our team? No disrespect to Dallin, but I mean, Jeff Heath was a better player, led our team last season in interceptions as well. So if he would want to come on like a vet minimum deal, I would definitely be open to it. However, Carl Joseph has looked very good at playing free safety. They're very confident in Gillespie as well. And for Heath, he'd probably be a special team / safety player, but I'd be open to it. What up, Raider fan? Hey, Mitchie. Okay, Mitchie me. Mitchie me and my brother and sister want to know who we're playing in the 2022-2023, and is it hard to schedule? Also, Mariota going to start in the preseason. Mariota will definitely play in the preseason simply because I don't really want to see Derek out there. If Carr wants to go out and get in a rep in or two, that's fine, but let's face it, we know Carr's going to be the starting quarterback. Why not throw out Mariota and Peterman? What is the schedule going to be like in 2022-2023? The only teams that I know that the Raiders will play are the Chiefs, Chargers, and the Broncos. Besides that, man, I got no idea what that schedule is looking like. I'm worrying about this year. Next one's coming in from Joseph. What up, Joseph? Mitch, I'm in the Dallas area. Send me the Addy or let's get a beer. Joseph, I literally responded to you on Instagram, and I said, Friday I'm going to go grab dinner with some Raiders fans. So if you want to grab dinner with me, again, I'm totally down to go get some beers. Hit me up, though. IG, I know you messaged me, but I messaged you back. So if you want to grab dinner in the Dallas area, if Friday works, cool. If not, we'll figure something out. LC Raider, where do you rank the Raiders' run game, and who would you rank ahead of them? I'll say that it's top 10. If you're talking about just running back duos, I'm very confident saying that the Raiders, I think, have the second best running back duo in the league, behind only Kareem Hunt and behind only Nick Chubb. But in terms of the offensive line, it's really hard for me to sit here and say how good that run-blocking offensive line is going to be. I'll say that they're top 10, but it's only because I have no idea what the offensive line is going to look like. But the offensive line was actually pretty bad last year in terms of run support, ranked 28th in the league when you look at just how efficient they were. It was one of the biggest reasons why Josh Jacobs, I think, fell back a little bit in terms of yards per carry. But if Incognito's healthy, that's a badass man there. If Denzel Good's going to be healthy as well, that's a very good run blocker. Leatherwood looks hella good. Colt Miller looks solid. It really could also come down to Andre James. If Andre James is just a decent center, this will be a top 10 running team in the NFL. Mark my words. The ghost of Janikowski. I was once asked, would I rather get $1,000, or no, if I got kicked in the balls by Janikowski to get $1,000, would I do it? And I said, hell yeah, man. I would do a lot of things for $1,000. But, all right, totally off topic. What do you think of the trade Mariota to the Colts, and the Raiders get a 2022 fourth and a 2023 third-round pick? So, there's been a lot of trade rumors, and Jeremy's telling me he's going to get this graphic together just so for the ghost of Janikowski. But there's been a lot of trade rumors around Mariota. Obviously, Carson Wentz is out 5 to 12 weeks. There's been a lot of people that said, hey, the Colts should go out and trade for Mariota. There was reports earlier in the offseason that the Colts were interested in Marcus. And would he be a good player on that team? Yeah. Do I think there's other quarterbacks out there that if I was running the Colts organization, I'd rather have to run that offense? Yeah, you guys might get mad at me. I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo running my offense than Mariota. Yell at me if you want. But shout out to Chugs right now for getting this graphic together. Would you guys do this trade? Raiders receive a 4th-round pick in 2022 and a 3rd-round pick in 2023. The Indianapolis Colts get Marcus Mariota. So type Y for yes or type N for no. I would go ahead and say yes and no, and the reasons why I would say that is because my Y for yes would simply be because you get extra draft capital for a backup quarterback. He's going to make $3.5 million, which is, I think, more than fair for what Mariota is going to be able to give you. I would also type N for no because I really think when it comes down to it, the Colts are going to be one of those teams that are battling with the Raiders for one of those final wild card spots. So why would you go out and help a team that you could be battling for a playoff spot for? So Y for yes, N for no. If you want to take a screenshot, post this on Twitter, post it on IG, remember to tag me in it because I love how much the internet freaks out over these made-up trade ideas. All right, this next one's coming in from Christopher. Mitch, are you excited to see Solomon Thomas for us? Oh, yeah. I mean, Thomas was one of those players when the Raiders signed him to a 1-year, $5 million deal. He literally came out and said, like, I wanted to play with the Raiders because that defensive scheme reminded me a lot of what I used to do at Stanford. He is a little bit undersized, drafted number 3 overall, and I don't think you're ever going to see him live up to that type of stature because he is a little bit undersized for the DT position, but he's very athletic, he seems very motivated, and he's on a 1-year kind of prove-it deal with the salary cap up. Any player on a 1-year deal this year, I am excited to see. All right, Juicehead89, you're next up, my man. What's up, Mitch? We should keep Mariota just in case Carr goes down toward the end of the season. Mariota gives us a chance to at least win a playoff game instead of Peterman. Like, I don't disagree that I'd rather have Marcus be in the backup rather than Peterman. That kind of goes without saying. But I also don't like to think of Carr going down because if Carr goes down, not that the season's over, but it's not looking very bright, right? So I'm just going to say, like, I'm never going to hope that Carr goes down. The only way I'll say I'm not going to move on from Mariota if it's a high draft pick is if the Raiders are very confident in this secret Mariota package that they're going to try to run in the red zone. But I like Marcus, but at the end of the day, I want Derek Carr out there as much as humanly possible because he's a better quarterback, and you don't take your best player on offense realistically or your most important player on offense for somebody else. What up, Chris Gang? What's up, Mitch? You think Ruggs going to have him a 200-yard game this year? You know, I don't know if he's going to have one, but he definitely could, right? I mean, he has the speed. He has the breakaway talent. Shit, he almost had one last season. It really only takes for him to just make one cut inside or for one cut outside, and if a guy turns his hips the wrong way, if Derek hits him, he's gone. Like, nobody is going to catch Henry Ruggs if he's running full steam. Nobody's catching 4.27 speed. And the fact that he's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger this year, he definitely could have a 200-yard game. But I'm not really worried about one big 200-yard game. I want Ruggs to be consistent, and if him not having a 200-yard game means that he has like 6 or 7 80-yard games, I am going to be a very, very happy person. Now, today's sponsor is Autumn Abyss Gear. If you guys love the shirt that I'm wearing, if you want some high-quality Raiders gear that feels better than dry fit, then what I want you guys to do is go to autumnabyss.com, and you can save 20% by clicking the button on their front webpage that says Enter the Abyss. Now, they also post a lot of new pictures. They also post new updates on their Instagram channel. So go ahead and give them a follow on IG. It's at Autumn Abyss Gear. You can literally see it right here. I follow them if it's easier for you to find them that way. But maybe if you send them a DM, message them Raiders, who knows? You might even get a little bit more of an update. So awesome gear. The people that own this are diehard Raider fans, and we support our family around here. So go ahead, give them a follow on IG at Autumn Abyss Gear. It's also in the comments description and in the live chat for those of you watching live. Daniel, you're next up, my man. Mitch, with some of our boys retiring, what players do you think will make the team now? Appreciate the question. I also want to mention, again, hashtag Raiders, Super Chat. Right now, I think we're answering mostly Super Chats simply because they just keep on coming in. In terms of the boys retiring, so Theo Riddick, that's going to open up something for Trey Regis, UDFA out of Louisiana. James Onawalu, don't really think it opens up too much for anybody because he wasn't going to make the roster anyway. He's a linebacker. And then recently today, on Tuesday, Sam Young retired. That helps out Jared Jones, and that also helps out Brandon Parker. And I would have actually also said Devery Hamilton, who's the offensive tackle from Duke, UDFA, very, very intelligent young man, but he actually has not been practicing. But I'll say it helps out Brandon Parker probably the most. What up, Hollywood? With Sam Young retirement, who I didn't like, who will back up Leatherwood? I'll say right now it's going to be Brandon Parker's probably going to be that swing tackle, though. Though, and I say this, if Alex Leatherwood goes down, I actually think the Raiders kick Denzel Good out to tackle, which he played a little bit last year, and then they insert John Simpson as the right guard position. So even though Simpson is a guard, he's going to play guard, and then you're going to kick Denzel Good over to right tackle before you want to see Brandon Parker or Jones Smith out there because, I mean, let's face it, those guys are not very good. What up, Gary Marsh? Appreciate the $5 super chat, my man. Everyone, go down in the comments. Spam GM for Gary Marsh. Let's go to a lot of Garys here. What up, Gary? Gary, haven't said this in a while. Tom A.B., that's right, FABs. Also, do you think Mike Mayock took the big pay cut because Chucky is going to give him a shot next year if Carr slips? I don't. Mike Mayock, is that who you're talking about? Mike Mayock took the big pay cut? That's the only person I can think of that would be MM on the Raiders, unless I'm just absolutely crazy. Marcus Mariota, okay. Shout out to Jeremy for knowing the Raiders better than I do, apparently. No, the reason why Mariota took that pay cut is because if he didn't take the pay cut, they were probably going to end up trying to figure out a way to get rid of him. So he also wanted to be able to help out this team a lot, but Mariota's a good player. He wanted to be a Raider. It's one of the reasons why he came over here, but I don't think it had anything to do with Derek Carr and his contract situation. It was him trying to keep his job. Jake Paul's mom. Oh, my Lord. I've been hearing good things about that Regis kid. I just can't take this serious. Could he beat out Richard for RB3? I just try to picture the way my mom would ask this question. Like, I've been hearing good things about that Regis kid. Could he beat out Richard for RB3? You know, I actually think that he could. If Jalen's one of those dudes who doesn't want to get COVID and I can't violate HIPAA, I don't know if he has it or not, but Jalen's been also very, very vocal about his stances on vaccines. And if you're sitting here as a Raiders team and you're like, all right, we could put our team in jeopardy. We could put our playoff chances in jeopardy. We could forfeit a game if somebody's not vaccinated. If it really comes down to your third-string running back, who, let's face it, Richard, I actually think is a better player and fits this offense more than Regis. However, Regis is more of a bowling ball. He's that hard-nosed running back. Richard, on the other hand, is more of the 2-minute drill pass-catching back. Regis makes a lot less, and you can save over $1.5 million. So, do I think he could actually beat him out? Yes, I honestly do. Now, if he does end up beating him out, if Jalen Richard is cut, I promise you one thing, we will be making a video about it here on the Raiders Report. Anytime, big-time news, if there's a big-time rumor, we're going to give you all the analysis you could possibly want. So to make sure that you don't miss that, turn on your notifications. If you're like, Mitch, what the hell does that mean? Look underneath the video, whether on your iPhone, whether on your Android, whether you're watching this on your desktop, and click the bell. It literally looks just like this, and then I want you to click on, or all, excuse me. Once you click all, you will never miss a video, you will never miss an update, and there's going to be a lot of stuff happening this entire season. All right, let's go to Bone Daddy 24. Oh, it used to be my nickname in college. You know what I'm talking about. Mitch, what free agents do you think will be the best other than, I believe you mean Yannick Ngakoue, best free agent pickups on the roster? I'll say John Brown. I think John Brown is going to be that wide receiver too, though Edwards has looked good in training camp thus far. Ruggs has looked very good as well, but I'm going to go ahead and say John Brown's probably going to be the best addition on the offensive side of the football, but let's, I guess Yannick and John Brown are probably going to be the two guys that jump out to me the absolute most, and Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward's also going to be a captain, I believe. All right, Gary Marsh, this is from the Super Chat. Appreciate it. Let's play over and under. Ruggs, 850 yards. Jacobs, 1,250 yards. Ngakoue, 13 sacks. Carr, 5,000 yards. So if we're talking about, I'm going to say receiving, rushing, sacks, passing yards. For Ruggs, 850, I'll take the under. I have him projected at 726. Jacob rushing yards, I'm also going to take the under. I have him at like 1,100. Ngakoue, I'm also going to take the under. My projections had him at 12 sacks. And then Derek Carr, going to take the under. My projections had him at 4,400 yards. Now, if we don't get to your question, you can always hit me up on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. If you want to catch dinner with me, I guess you can also do that. Also, I've been looking for a tattoo artist here in the Dallas area, or if you're a Raiders fan, if you know anybody that you'd recommend, please message me on Instagram. If you're a Raiders fan and you're watching this right now and you do tattoos, seriously, hit me up. I'm trying to get some work done for my family. But if I didn't get to your question, hit me up, Mitchell Renz 365.